3 years ago, I did something I never thought I would do. I participated in a singing competition. See, I know what you're all thinking. What's the big deal? It's just a singing competition. For me, it was something very big. It was the first time I'd be on stage, performing, being judged and ranked. So I had to deliver a perfect, flawless performance. I was also singing in French, a language which I didn't really know at the time and which is very difficult to pronounce, I'm sure you all know. So all the time I was freaking out and constantly doubting myself as to why I even decided to sing. But like most 13-year-old girls, I had a dream of becoming a singer. I know it sounds cliche, but I really wanted to do it. I wanted to be like those artists that I saw on YouTube and listened to. And so in order to do that, I needed to perform. That was my goal. I remember the performance very well, and I tried to avoid watching it because it makes me cringe so bad. But what I do notice is that I kept trying to calm myself down, try to actually let all my emotions out there and use them to benefit me. Of course, I was stressed, it was nerve-wracking, my heart rate was racing, but I ended up singing. And so, by doing that, I got out of my comfort zone. All of a sudden, my speech finishes, I feel relief that I just completed something that I never thought I would do. And a lady comes up to me and brings me a certificate that says 97 points. I never expected it. I mean, I made all these mistakes, and it was nothing like to what I had practiced. But I was very proud of myself, and so ever since that day, I've been trying to chase that feeling of pride and happiness that you get when you do something that you find very difficult and that you once deemed impossible. And if you want to grow, you need to get out of your comfort zone. Let me explain. See, the comfort zone, it's not an actual place, but it's a psychological state of predictability, familiarity. Everything feels safe here. Our habits live here. Our routines live here. We feel at ease. We feel very good. So these past 3 years, I've been trying to understand all the knowledge of what I need to do to achieve my goals, why I'm so shy in doing that, and what's so important about our comfort zone. Well, here are the knowledge that I learned. We stay in our comfort zone for 3 reasons. Number 1, our brain hates uncertainty. Neuroscientist Paul Whelan, this scared me, okay? Neuroscientist Paul Whelan did a study where he put participants through an fMRI machine and analyzed their reactions to different facial expressions. And so this is an expression of fear, yes? Now, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions is called the amygdala. And the amygdala, it sends all these signals of worry and voice shaking and stress that you get when you do something scary. It found out, Mr. Paul found out that when he did that study, the amygdala lit up when participants were looking at fearful expressions like this. And if we really get deep and analyze, why would our body be so scared of fear? Well, the reason is because we don't know where the fear is coming from, what the threat is. We can't identify what the source is, how it got there, or why it's there. Let me explain. He placed another facial expression for the participants to see. And this time, it was anger. Do you guys think the brain lit up more because of fear or because of anger? I actually want to know. 50-50, I think, okay. In fact, the brain lit up less because of anger. And it's because anger is pretty direct. When someone looks at you with these scrunched eyebrows and a very intimidating expression, you know that that person is angry at me. And that poses less of a risk to you because you know what the person is thinking of. He is angry at me. And so the amygdala, it doesn't actually react to danger, but it reacts to uncertainty, not knowing. So that day on stage, I wasn't nervous because someone's gonna come up and punch me, but I was nervous because it was something that I had never done before. Okay. Behind me is the Yerkes-Dodson law. And I'm going to explain why it's so important. See, now that we know all these three things of why we stay inside our comfort zone, we agree. Of course we would stay inside our comfort zone. We don't want to get hurt. We don't want to upset our brain, get scared, feel these signs of nervousness. We don't want to do that. But why is it so important for us to go through that discomfort? Well, because if we never change and we continue to stay inside our comfort zone, we stay the same. Nothing changes, so nothing grows. And if we try to find the right time to do something, we try to avoid mistakes, we always stay in that zone of not putting ourselves out there. And that's very dangerous, because as humans, we're meant to adapt, to evolve, make mistakes, learn from them. We're meant to get out there and take action. But we must think that this discomfort is not the enemy. It's actually very helpful for us. All right, as I said, behind me, the Yerkes-Dodson law. It's a very famous law in psychology. It states that actually a moderate amount of stress equals to optimal arousal. So it actually helps you. That stress that you get, that stress that I got when I got on stage and sang in front of so many people, it actually helped me to conquer that fear slowly and slowly. Whereas too little stress or too much is detrimental, and it reduces that performance. And so I'm not standing here on stage because I've mastered discomfort. I'm just 16. But I'm standing here because I think it's very important in order to achieve our goals to get out of our comfort zone. Take those risks. And I'm going to tell you 5 simple ways how to do that and how I did it. Okay, first, do something slightly uncomfortable. Don't push yourself out there and do something very frightening. You don't want too much stress, okay? Do something that you normally avoid, but you know that you can do. Let's say you want to combat your fear of socialization. Say hi to your neighbors in the morning. Or even better, why don't you say hi to the person that's next to you right now? Okay. See, now everything feels a bit better. Decide and act quickly. We have a tendency of constantly trying to convince ourselves not to do scary things. But there's a rule that you can use, which is called the 5-second rule. You're pretty familiar with it. But this time, once you have that little goal in your head, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. It'll set your brain as a timer and count down to actually doing it, okay? Accept that feeling nervous is normal. If you're going to do something new, you're going to feel nervous 100%. The thing is, we need to shift our mindset. Being nervous, it's going to happen. So just push through it and accept that with constant exposure, you're going to start feeling less scared by whatever is scaring you at the moment. And reward yourself. Even if you make mistakes in getting outside of your comfort zone, you don't say hi to your neighbors in the morning, maybe you smile at them. Reward yourself, because it's going to help you and it's going to motivate you to continue to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. So I'm not standing here because I have mastered discomfort and I'm like a professional or something. I'm standing here because I choose something small every day that scares me, including today being on the stage in front of you and combating it. And that has changed everything. So do it scared, do it embarrassed, just do it. It will help you a lot. Take action, because everything that's important and everything that's the best thing that you can imagine in life lies outside of your comfort zone.